Oh man,
I'm just sitting there waiting.
dude, I'm so happy that I'm having you on the show, man.
Thank you for having me, man.
It was long coming, bro. It was so long, man.
Yeah, and congrats to you, man. Like you've been really hard at work. I know it's not easy, but I appreciate you having me. It means a lot to me. So
Dude, you don't need to say this sexy stuff to me, man, because you're. By the way, I forgot. I wanted to introduce you as I'm having Jon Snow for this episode. Man, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. You are like a copycat of Jon Snow, man. You're like a copycat.
cool. He's cool. He's a really cool character. So
So,
it
man,
doesn't make me.
how you been, man? How's everything with you? How you been?
Yeah.
How you been coping up in the pandemic, bro?
Well, the thing is, to me, like it's a lot like normal life because I'm pretty introverted in general, so I don't really do much. Like I don't really go out all that much. I mean, it's definitely been different, like on the mental health side, but I just, I keep busy. I'm writing a lot of songs, recording a lot of stuff, and just released a new song last Thursday. But yeah, I mean, the pandemic for me has been more of a mental health struggle, more so than anything. But as far as like action goes, I'm pretty introverted in general. I like to stay home and hang out with my cat, which is now two cats, and
Yeah,
so they're taking over my life.
that's
Next time you have me on, I'll be like, "Hey, I'm here with my six cats. We're hanging out."
you gotta be that crazy lady from Simpsons.
Yes, that's gonna be me. That's the target.
So, my dude,
So
I'm so happy that I'm seeing you. You're well off, and you're staying safe, and you're staying safe in your haven, as in Haven Studios. You're
yeah,
staying
yeah,
there and doing good music, dude. Your recent release, Headlights, is just a killer. I was telling
thank you,
you
man.
off air, man. I love the track. It's one of the craziest stuff that you ever done throughout your career because I
Yeah,
know that how you started and where you're going. Like I have a bits and pieces. Like I'm
back
putting it together.
catalog. Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
man, kudos to you, man. You're on a very very shining paved way, man, and you did it in a very good way for yourself. And I want to give a shout out to the guys. Shireen is in the house. Lee is in the house. Shireen is saying hi. How are
Leah's a
you?
member. Shireen, how's it going? And I think Leah is a member of. I think this is the Leah that is a member of my inner circle. So shout out to Leah and anyone from the inner circle who's here.
Shout out to
Uh,
Inner Circle, man. That's such a legit name, bro.
mm.
So, man, what else, man? What you been up to aside of doing good music?
Well, to be honest, I've just been like, I think the pandemic has impacted me creatively a lot because I think I was kind of on a tangent of writing like really happy songs. Prior to the pandemic, I released "Can't Sleep" and "Castles," both of which musically are like upbeat songs, and they're really fun to play live. They've got like a dancey vibe and stuff like that. But then the moment the pandemic hit, it felt to me like I didn't like how do I say this? I didn't have to think a lot about what songs would be like when I perform them live, and in the way that they're produced. So that was what inspired All the Lights. So All the Lights is a song that's like essentially it's just guitar and vocals. So that was the first thing. And that song is like it's sort of like meant to be like a friend. I've had moments in my life where I felt like songs were really there for me as far as like, carrying me through situations and getting me through whatever I was going through, or like saying the words that I want to say. So that's the kind of feeling that I wanted to put into All the Lights. I don't know if that's what it leaves people with, but for me, that's the feeling I had creating
Take
it.
all your
Like,
colors. I love that
yes,
song.
that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. Thank you. And then after that, I think like early on in the pandemic, like for me, it wasn't really that dark of a time mentally. Like it was just like a confusion, you know. But it hasn't been the easiest to like keep yourself in a positive place or keep yourself in a I don't know, in a state where I don't know, you're just keeping your shit together.
Yep.
Are we allowed to cuss or not? Can we
Dude,
cuss?
dude, you can do whatever you do, and you know what to not to say. What's wrong with my English? I don't know.
Okay, because I was about to drop some f bombs, but I was
You
like, okay,
can
let's
you
not
can
do.
you can
Let's
drop
not
f bombs. You can drop f bombs, but
drop.
don't drop
drop
c
F-bomb.
bombs.
No, 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 no. That I don't even say that,
Yeah.
but fucking cool. Anyway, so so yeah, but with headlights, I think for me, I had this energy in me where I was like, first of all, I don't remember writing or recording the song. I really don't. I genuinely don't, and I love when that happens because it feels like I was so immersed that I didn't take a mental snapshot. It just happened so fast. And for me, the energy of all of headlights was that place in your head where you don't really know where you are, and you're feeling a bunch of things all at once, and they're coming at you, and you're trying to make sense out of everything. And so I think it's like the darkest song I've done, and I also can't wait to play it live. It's like the first song that has a legit heavy drop. Well, not heavy, but like there's a drop in there that's like I know it'll be really really fun to like rock out to live. So it's a bit more of a trap thing, I guess.
Yeah, man,
So
dude,
yeah.
Headlights. It's one of the crazy songs that you released. I mean, I remember it was like 2 hours prior to the premiere on YouTube, and I contacted him. I was like, dude, the song is a killer. I really love
Thank
every
you.
bit of it. I mean, dude, you've incorporated a tiny bit of reggae in that it's super suiting.
Yeah, thank you.
Man, I
Thank you.
mean, the thing is, like, why I'm saying this because I know how you work. I've worked with you. You are a very chilled fuck. Like, you just sit down. The best part about you is that you literally tell anyone who wants to work with you what is your vision. Do you
Yeah.
want me to be part of it, or you just want me to press the record button?
Yes, yes, exactly.
That's the best way you can go about it, and I can see that you are in your comfort zone and you're in your element, and it shows in your music, and it's crazy good,
Thank
man. As much as I say it, I don't know, maybe I'm your biggest fan, man. Can we have babies?
you. Please let's not.
I want to I
I
want
insist.
to
I insist.
I want to give a shout out to Shireen. She's saying share cat pics. Leah sending in
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
love emoji, and Adnan is in the house. What's up, bro? Thank you very much for tuning
What's up,
in, man.
buddy?
And you guys are
Nice.
still here, so please do me a favor. Show me some love. Show Hadi some love. Share this video with your loved ones and let them know about the page. Let's get more like people, more traffic into the page.
Watch it with your cats.
Yeah, bring in your cats. Let your cat like the page. So, man, what is the journey that you've been through, Hadi? Like, because we know you from that Hadi. So, how was it for you to transform, or what was that drive that led you here?
It was a long process, I think, internally, but in time, I don't think it was that long. But for people who don't know, I did like the previous stuff I did was much darker than what I'm like recording and releasing now. And for me, I think my journey like with it kind of changed because I felt like, first of all, when I was performing my songs that were super dark, and it was like the whole show was like all dark and sad songs, I felt heavy, you know what I mean, as a person. And I felt like I felt bored of the fact that every song was kind of similar to the other. And I wanted it to be this, I wanted to have more fun on stage. I wanted to move around. I wanted motion, and I wanted to be able to, because I listen to everything, man. Like I listen to, honestly, like, the two artists that stuck with me from the beginning are Metallica and like Coldplay and Linkin Park. And so
Nice.
anything, I listen to, the most poppy pop music and the most heavy music. I'm into all of it. So for me, I felt like, there was a big side of me that was unexpressed or inexpressed, that I wanted to kind of venture into, but it was really scary because, throughout my entire life, I was kind of like, as a songwriter, I was committed towards doing like slower tempo and darker songs and like sad shit and stuff like that. So it was not easy to decide, like, I'm gonna like the first single I released with Universal, Invincible, honestly, like I was like, I think everybody who's ever listened to my songs is gonna like diss me hard, you know,
Why?
and like abandon me and stuff, you know. And that's the internalization process. And I think maybe that's a coping mechanism between me and myself. But um, you know, it's not. It's like it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy to decide to like write these kinds of songs and allow them to be released and shared with the world, especially that I didn't even release my older stuff. Like I just kind of played them live and I had YouTube videos of them available and all of that stuff, and plus the covers that I did.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, you know, the first collection of songs that I wrote were in 2015, and I wrote an EP, and I never like I gigged it for a while, for like maybe a year and a half, but I never released the songs. I did some label shopping. Nobody wanted to pick it up. It depressed me, and so I just, you know, started allowing myself to listen to other things and enjoy other things and writing other things and stuff like that. So um, the other big thing for me was accepting myself as a performer without having a guitar on me. Like that, I remember that being a pivotal moment for
Yeah.
me as a performer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do I do with my hands when I'm not playing guitar? Like, do I put them in my pocket? Do I do I wave them all the time, Mexican wave for like the whole show? What do you do with your hands when you're not strumming a guitar? You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
It was hard. Like you overthink the smallest things. Like like how do you smile when you're not playing guitar? You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
because it's like a paradigm shift, you know? Like everything I'd ever done before just felt like it was holding me back, and I needed to stop doing that and start doing other shit. And so it was that kind of decision. It was not easy, man. I'm telling you, it was not easy. So but it was a process.
So I think that's why you said all I ever did was fucking drown.
I
Yeah.
mean, Drown is not about that at all. It's not about that in any way. Not even like Drown is about a relationship, but
Mm.
yeah, it could be. I don't know.
Man, a killer song, a killer song. I gotta jump into the comments. Brendan is
Yeah.
saying he's sending a cat emoji. Everyone is a cat lover
Thank you,
here,
Brendan. Dude, by
and
the way, Brendan is like my main man, right? He's shot the videos for Can't Sleep and Castles. He's been with me at shows, helped me out a bunch. He's shot like the behind the scenes videos and stuff. So he's my dude. So much love to Brendan.
shout out to Brendan and Nadim. BB is in the house. What's up, Nadim? Thank you very much for dropping by, man. He's saying, "What's up, fellas? Good memories of that era of Hadi musical journey. Had some great times kicking it with
Yeah, man, good
Benevolent,
time.
and of course, Hadi helped us to cut out a list. Cut at a fest as well, filling in on bass. Much love,
Yeah, yeah,
man.
yeah.
Crazy, man."
Amazing.
And Borna is in the house. What's up, Borna? Thank you very much for tuning in, man. It's very good to see like new faces in the episode. And Khan is in the house. Gracias, amigos. What's up, man? Khan,
Put your
thank you
hands in
very
the air
much.
like you don't care. Exactly.
Yeah, man. Yeah, put your hands in the air. Exactly, man. That's the thing. I mean, we've been on stage and we know how to, fill around and feel comfortable. It's just crazy, man. I mean, I know because it's a new journey and it's a new uh, platform you're entering into as a singer songwriter. You know,
Yeah.
you will find it out. I mean, I've seen few videos of you playing live, and you're getting the groove. I mean, it's just I
Yeah.
think you're like you've been man. I always had that band members around me, and I had that cue and stuff like this, what to do. So I was much more comfortable. But now,
Yeah.
I'm doing it by myself. So it's like eventually you will get it. But it's so good that
Well,
I'm
the thing
seeing.
is, to be honest, right now I feel like I'm like when I perform, I feel like it's true self-expression. There's not much overthinking anymore. I
Mm-hmm.
really do have a good time. It's just that the first few gigs, like 2017, 2016, the first few gigs with original songs, those were weird, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
especially when I started performing like without a guitar as well, that was weird. But I think I think just the joy that I got from having fun on stage without having to worry about many different things at the same time, and just really being a performer, looking people in the eye and like singing with people and stuff. I think that fun is addictive, and like it's seriously overwhelming in a good way, you know. So for me, it's like I don't like before shows now. I do obviously get nervous. I get really nervous sometimes, but I think there's a bigger side of me that's like just go out there and be yourself, and it is what it is. Like just be yourself. You don't have to be everyone's cup of tea. You don't have to try to entertain everybody. You can just be yourself, and yeah, that's basically it.
So, Hadi, how hard, or if it wasn't hard, I know you gave us a brief, like a brief introduction to it. How was the transformation? Like, what was the first initial pieces to the puzzle that you picked up and you said, okay, I'll put this next to this, and let's see what's the third part, and now you're here. What was
I'll
the
tell,
whole transformation?
I'll tell you, there was it was a few steps, but there was one step that really shifted a lot for me. Is that somebody who came across my covers that I was like actively doing, you know, from like 2012 to 2015. Somebody came across my covers, somebody who is in the music industry and who's like, like, someone who's like well versed in the industry there. And they said to me, we like what you're doing. Can you write a record? It was July 2015. And they're like, can you write a record and finish it by December 2015? And I was like, sure. Okay. So I started writing and I finished an EP. That's what they said. They wanted an EP. So I finished the EP. And in December, I sent some stuff, I sent what I had to them. And they said to me, we really like the songs, but we think that you should experiment with like the type of drums that you're using and the type of sounds that you're using, because there's a pop element in there that you're shying away from. And you're trying to make it too indie or too, I don't remember what the exact words were, but I remember them saying, or them sending me a link to like, I think it was a song by Alan Walker. What was that song? Atlantis, Under the Sea, Where Are You Now? Something like that. I don't remember the name, but it's pretty famous. So they sent me the link to that song as a reference, like check out the sounds that they're using. And when I listen to your songs, I hear them in this kind of light. And so me, like being the stubborn, person that I am, I was like, no, I will not change my music for anybody. But then, dude, I tell you this is weird stuff. I don't know if this is wacky shit, but I went to sleep that night and I heard the song that they wanted me to change. I heard it. I heard the modern pop version of it. I heard it.
Epiphany.
Crystal clear. I heard it. And so I woke up and I was like, it works. And it sounded great in my ears. So I started reworking it and I completely reworked it, changed the tempo. I used the same stems. Well, I didn't really change the tempo. I used the same stems of the like vocals and whatever, but I don't think any of the instruments stayed. Besides maybe that's just the piano and the vocals. Everything else changed and it turned into like this like EDM track essentially, And so I sent it across and then they loved it. And then, that was the first, and I didn't know anything about like side chaining. I didn't know anything about like how to produce, like a modern sounding pop song. I was more in the, on the just like ambient guitars and, just like using acoustic drums and stuff like that. So that sent me on like a tangent of like getting into sampling and how do you produce, like what sort of instruments you need and all of the geeky shit that if I get into this episode will last like 3 years or something. So, but just downloaded all the plugins that all the pros are using and started like, just trying to see how I can find a piece of me in it. And I was having a blast. So I was like, okay, let's do more of this shit. So I started writing that kind of stuff. And I think 2019, the songs I released in 2019, had a bit more of that. And then I started working with Carefo, who did a remix of Drown on the remix EP.
Yes.
And we've done 2 songs together now, Can't Sleep and Castles. He's a phenomenal producer, so shout out to him as well.
Shout out.
And we're doing more stuff together now, but I just feel like, it's been such a weird journey, because even with Headlights, like when Headlights is getting released, I feel so nervous because it sounds different than other stuff I've done, but I find myself getting extremely bored. I've like now I did Headlights and it's a darker song.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can't do another dark song next. I need to do something totally different, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then once I cleanse the palette, I want to do something completely different as well. So this I made this agreement with myself that I'm going to write songs in a genreless exploration kind of state. Any genre is fine, anything. If it sounds good to my ears, I have to be brave enough to embrace it, to release it, and if it doesn't do well, we'll get them next time. You know what I mean? That's kind of my ideology. So it's been good, to be honest. Like, I'm surprised with Headlights. The reviews have been amazing, so I'm really really grateful.
So,
So
there was any reason for you that you shifted this way, or it was just something that it came naturally, or it was?
um I think it was a bunch of things at the same time. Like, I think it came naturally to a degree. It felt more light for me, but also there was an element of anxiety in it. That I
Mhm.
felt like, writing excessive dark music was having an impact on my mental health, and it made me anxious. And I wanted to write songs, and I'm not saying this is a fact and for everybody. I know that a lot of people, listen to dark songs and it helps their mental health, and for me even as well sometimes. But I think there was too much of it. There was no balance. So I wanted to, like, shift the scales and experiment with something new. Plus the fact that I just felt, when you have a feeling inside that there's parts of you creatively that are not being expressed, and you're stopping them because you're scared of what the world will think if you let them out.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
just I needed to, like, pop that lid and just let it come out. And you know I, it still scares me, to be honest. Like, I'm not, I don't walk around um like I it freaks me out still, when I write songs that are quite different, and I never know how people perceive them. But if I have to sit and write songs specifically for people to, like, think a certain way of me, or the way that I assume they will think of me, I'm never going to be happy. I have to listen to me, and then I'm never going to get it. I'm not always going to get it right, but as long as I'm listening to me, I know that, like, my compass is pointing in the right direction.
Hmm.
It's not Decisions are not made from an ego place where I'm trying to work towards a specific thing, or because somebody is pushing me a certain way. I just need to, like, isolate, not in the coronavirus style, but, like, isolate, mentally,
Yeah. Yeah.
and, like,
To
put
have.
myself in
Yeah.
a space,
Yeah. You need
you
that
know,
headspace. Yeah.
exactly, where I'm listening to my truth and just, like, celebrating that shit, like, nonstop. So that's I think the core of it all. Like, that's what I think is inspiring me to do things that are quite different from one another. Like, the songs are maybe a little bit different. Plus, I'll tell you this: it's so fun to play live when you have um, like, songs that are quite different to each other, because for the audience, it's like palate cleansing. I know I said that a couple times already,
It's
but
fine, man.
it's different. You know what I mean? Like, it changes the experience of the live show for them.
Hmm.
Like, they come to your gig, they get a little bit of rock, they get a little bit of pop, they get some rap, they get some, I don't know,
Yeah,
all the other stuff.
the whole dynamic that you keep it
Yeah,
refreshing for every ear. It's
yeah.
not only
And
one
for you,
style.
yeah, and it's like, and even for you as a performer, you're like, you're looking forward to the next song because you just did an EDM song, and their
Hmm.
next song is, like, stripped down acoustic, and you're like, that's going to be a vibe. And when you're finishing the acoustic, you're like, oh, okay, the next one is a bit more upbeat, so that, and I'm really pumped about it. So for me, it's like, it helps me have, like, a shit ton of fun when I'm playing live.
Yeah,
So
and Anmol is saying that's deep.
thank you.
Yeah. I mean, dude, for me, it was just, because the way I know you and we've been working together and stuff, like, it's like I've seen that other side of you, you've been doing rock and, like, these things. But suddenly,
Yeah,
like, shifting to this side, it was surprising that, you actually had this in you. And it was like,
yeah,
man, I can always, like, when it comes down to, like, legit people, if someone asks for, like, references of legit music, I'm like, This guy,
I
Hadi
appreciate it.
Saradin. Dude, you know how much stuff you have that you didn't release. And once I was
Mm,
at your place and I'm like cursing you, like, what the hell, man? Just fucking release these things. It's
yeah,
so good. Like, I
yeah,
know how much effort you put into your craft, and dude, it's just crazy. It can show with Drown being a hit by itself, man. That song, it's a hit. It's just crazy. You know what, guys? Whoever's still watching, by the way, thank you very much for watching. If you have any question for Hadi, please drop it in the comment section. I'm sure he would be more than happy to answer it. And if you guys are familiar with his music, please comment down what is your favorite track of the songs that Hadi does. For me is Drown. And dude, as you mentioned, the different feels between the songs that you don't want to keep it as the same vibe. Outer Space, your previous release, your previous
yeah.
single, that was
Wave.
complete different, man. That was a complete
Yeah,
different. That was like an
yeah,
uplifting song. It was like,
yeah,
upbeat and happy. It gives you that morning vibe, as like you can listen to it on the
yeah,
radio, on the way to work. You can listen to it during you're doing your workout in the gym, and each one of them has its own beauty. And I
yeah.
fucking love this thing about you, man. I mean, you've been always that guy. I don't know. I'm not trying to blow smoke off your ass, but you know how good you are. You know that.
Thank you. Thank
I
you very
I,
much,
I
man.
love it when Hadi shies. When he's like
I'm not shy.
blushing.
You're
By the way, guys, tell me how many of you in the comment section think that he looks like Jon Snow?
dude. I got a mug that was given to me as a gift. Wait, let me see. Get it to focus. Can you guys see it?
There's so much light on it.
Yeah, so much. It says, you know nothing, Jon Snow.
Oh man, so, dude, that's crazy that you shifted gears in this whole singer-songwriting uh, division, because I've tried it myself for a bit, and I actually worked with you as well. But
Hmm.
there's so many things that you need to look into it. There's like fundamental factors. We're
Yeah,
not talking about the marketing side of it or anything,
yeah,
regarding to that division. It's just by itself how you want to get this message across, where you need to be, putting the money shot in the song.
yeah,
Where is
yeah.
it? Okay, the genre itself, it's kind of in that market, but where you can shine. So, in your opinion, what is the three main fundamental factors that, if like a singer
Mm.
songwriter wants to start, they need to
Yeah.
have they need to have it in their plan. The three fundamental factors
So, like, let's say you're saying like somebody who's a beginner musician and they want 3 tips on like how to get started with
with the
writing
whole
songs, right?
singer songwriting style of
Okay.
like
So, so what I would say primarily is, you know, learn other people's songs and like sing them over acoustic chords and stuff. That's super important because you'll start to see certain chords variations that you can take ideas from, and you can learn about structures. You can learn about like how long your choruses have to be, when your choruses have to come into place, and just get some like roadmap ideas to get you started, first of all. Second of all, it's very very important as a singer to find your sweet spot, like find your voice. Because if for me, one thing I struggled with is I would try to sing songs in the same key, like as I'm listening to them, like over the radio in the car, whatever. And it's like a lot of them just sounded terrible, and I was like, I must be terrible, but then the reality is everyone's voice is just different. You know what I mean? It's like um, you can probably sing like that same song in a lower or a higher key, and it'll resonate with your sweet spot better. So it's very important to find that place and get started from there. You have to be confident. Like if you're berating yourself the whole time, I mean, berating ourselves is kind of something we do as artists, and I do it all the time. But it's a double-edged sword. It makes you better, but also sometimes it fucks with your sleep. But what I think you should do also is you should try to learn how to produce, or you should hook yourself up with a friend who is an up and comer like you, who wants to learn how to produce, and you guys can kind of collaborate, because practicality is key and getting shit done is key. If you sit around and you're writing songs but they're just not going anywhere, that you're not releasing them, you're not going to grow. In order for you to grow, you need to experience people's experience of your music, and it'll start with your friends and people who are like people who know you personally, and then the people who know you personally will get bored of you posting you videos of you singing, and so then people who don't know you personally will start to like come around and listen to you and check you out, and then hopefully that will start to grow. And if it's not growing, then you'll be like, okay, something's wrong, something needs to be fixed, or it's just that journey. You can't go through that journey without going through it. Like if you're not releasing your songs, then there's a big portion of it that you're not learning. And the thing is, it's also important to know when to start releasing. Like, don't start singing and then release a song the next month. You're not ready, probably. And if there's any negative feedback, it might shatter your like confidence forever. So, take your time, develop yourself. When you feel like you're ready to, when you're actually writing songs and the songs feel decent to you, start recording them, make them in a way that you're happy with, and release them. And then just keep like hustling, just
Yeah.
keep releasing, keep writing, because that's how you get better. Third, I would say work on your brand as an artist. It's very important, because if you have an artist page and you're posting pictures, like if people go to your feed and it's like pictures of like what you had yesterday for lunch, and you and your buddies last weekend, just like sitting in I don't know, so like, if you have to decide if it's going to be your presence on social media, it has to represent what like you as an artist. It has to, like, the choice of colors, your logo, the kind of the style of photography, all of that plays into people's like experience of you, especially with platforms like Instagram and stuff. I've been streaming on Twitch for like 2 months and a half, and I love Twitch so much, because it's like people really, really, really get to know you, because they're not just experiencing you for like a 15-second story or for like a 1-minute video. They're hanging out with you for long hours, and your defenses come down. You let down your guard, and that you really get to know people, and I love that so much. So that's also something that an up-and-coming artist could consider if they want to do it, if they have the gear for it. I know there's a little bit of technicality involved with it, but there isn't a law. I would just say, like, follow your heart and do what feels right to you. Even if the people around you don't necessarily think you got what it takes, maybe they're intimidated by you wanting to be something. So intimidate them, scare the shit out of them. Go out there and get after it. So yeah, I
There's
feel like
so
I rambled on for long.
no, man, it's all good. There's so many things to be learned from these three, because I feel that you explained it in a way that you actually dissected it for the listeners to understand what you mean, because it's not an easy path, as you mentioned. It's like you really
Yeah.
need to at least have your fundamentals covered. Like, at least you need to have a basic idea of what you want to do. And
Yeah.
it's great. And by the way, the guys, some of them are saying Drown is their favorite. Some of them are saying Carry You.
Nice.
Saram is in the house. Is saying, hey guys. Brendan is saying All the Lights and 714 are
Nice.
amazing songs.
Thank you, Brandon.
And Ellie Joy is in the house. Thank you very much, Ellie, for tuning in. And she's saying it's really interesting. You talk about balance. Balance is so important as to how we relay music and how that affects the people who listen. Recently, I have gone through a super traumatic time. Sorry to hear that. And it sounds crazy, but 27 years ago, Enigma produced an album called Sadness. It's very spiritual, and it called Sadness. It's very spiritual and really amazing. And this is what I went back to find my balance. Balance is definitely so important, and to understand balance is
Yeah.
a paramount to success. Yeah,
I love that record too, by the way. Sadness is a great record.
yeah,
I
man,
love Enigma.
dude. I remember
Production is
my
awesome.
my uncle was into Enigma. Like, he gave me
Yeah.
one of the old school Enigma albums, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, all that churchy stuff. But
Yeah.
it's great stuff, man. It's super good
But
stuff.
Ellie, thank you so much for sharing that. I'm sorry that sounds
Yeah,
that
that's
sounds difficult. So we're sending a bunch of good vibes your way, and balance in anything in life is good. If you do anything in excess or without moderation, it loses its novelty. So
exactly. I
very
mean,
important.
dude. anything in moderation. I mean, that's what I've learned from the health issues I had. It actually, you need to apply this method in everything.
Yeah.
It's just crazy that, moderation is the key to everything. Even when it
Yeah.
comes to music marketing, moderation is one of the main keys to go about. Like,
You can't go posting 10 times a day and like
yeah,
people,
yeah.
like fatigue.
Look at my tracking. I'm tracking this one. Look, I'm pressing record.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so it's crazy, man. Moderation is the thing. And Ellie, so sorry to hear that. But again, everyone had a traumatic side of everything. I mean, I had a rough patch 2018. I mean, I was just blind for 3 months because of my health issues. So it was crazy. So
Yeah.
again, sorry to hear that. I hope you recovered and you found your balance. And Hadi,
Yep.
what you think that we go into the rapid fire rounds, the trivia section?
Do it. I'm ready.
So, for you guys that are watching, thank you very much for still sticking around. Wow. My guest for this episode is Hadi Saraddin, going by
My
the
episode for this guest is Convos and Chill. Everybody say hi. Hi, Convos and Chill.
man, dude, Hadi. Okay, before going to that, dude, how much fun we have, like, when we catch up. Like, we don't catch up all the time, but whenever we are together, we just literally, like, talking about random
vibes.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But we actually make the time, like, we make, how to say it, we really take that time and we make it ourselves. We do things, we catch up, we talk about good stuff. We blabber a bit of what we went through, but I am being
Yeah, it's good
productive. Yeah, it's all good. And Saram is saying balance also lets you focus more and organize your priorities. And Leah's saying hi, convos and chill, lol.
Hi, Convos and Chill.
So, man, again, we're gonna head it in the rapid fire rounds. This is the trivia section.
How does it work, though?
I will. Yeah, I was about to explain it to you. I
How does it
will.
work? Does it work?
I will give you two answers. I will give you two options. Yeah. So you choose whichever you want, and if you feel the need that you need to explain why you chose that answer, all the camera angle is yours.
Okay.
Okay, so for the viewers, thank you very much for still sticking around. Share this video with your friends. Share it on your timeline. Let your mama and your daddy knows, like, they know about this page. I want your mama and daddy, because mama and daddy is here. Everyone else is coming.
So good.
So guys, you guys join us with this section, rapid fire rounds. Put your answer in the comment section. What you think? If it's not, choice based, tell us what you think about that options. I want to know what you guys think about it. And before jumping in, Sarm is saying, man, I miss catching up with so many people at gigs. Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
even talk
That's
about
always
gigs.
fun.
Everyone is nagging about the gigs. Anyway, let's hit it. And Hadi, the first one. By the way, these are kind of putting you in the spotlight, okay? So it's a heads up.
I'm fucking nervous, by the way.
I love you.
I'm even more nervous now. All right.
First one, Ed Sheeran or James Arthur?
James Arthur.
Man, I love that guy. He is crazy. Next one, Adele or Pink?
Adele.
3, producing other people is pain in the ass. Yes or no?
Yes. But it's a process that is a pain in the ass because
You have that one guy.
well, no, the thing is you always work with people that like well, not always. Sometimes you work with people that, you feel like you're on different creative wavelengths. It luckily for me it's like happened very, very rarely, but I think for me I'll tell you why it's a pain in the ass, because I hate mixing and mastering. I hate it. Like when I'm mixing and mastering my own shit, dude, I can't press the export button faster. I can't. Like there, I always have one hand on the export button because I hate mixing and mastering, and I hate editing videos as well. So, like those are processes in my, like when I'm preparing backing tracks, dude, you should see me. I'm not chill when I'm preparing, like when I'm bouncing, when I'm exporting backing tracks for live performances. I always get it wrong, and I always have to export the same song like 6 7 times to get it right.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, the level of rage inside me that goes on while that's happening is uninspiring,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not for public consumption.
And even
But
yeah,
yeah,
carry on.
no, that's the only thing I don't like. But I'll, besides the fact that I have to mix and master songs,
Mm-hmm.
I would say producing people is amazing because you get exposed to like sides of you that you didn't know were like, you wouldn't know that you're interested in something because it's actually someone else's idea. And then it like wakes up a side of you that's like, okay, I think I can actually, like, I vibe with that.
Mm-hmm.
It's making me feel like I can create something in that sort of light, you know.
And Sarum is saying, ha ha ha, you learned with the pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, Sarum is saying James, Adele, and Animal is saying Adele as well. Ellie is saying Ed Sheeran and Adele. Nice guys, keep it coming, keep it coming. And that's just a wrong way to say it. Just like, keep keep the
It
answers
was
coming,
fine until you brought it up.
dude. You know how my brain works. So moving on, man. We always have haters in between us, who who are nice to you, in your face. Yes or no?
Pass.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, moving on. Are you a night owl or a day guy?
I'm a bit of both, man. I go through phases. Like right now, I stay up a little more, but for the most part, I like to, like in the winter, I like to wake up super early and like catch the sunrise and like, enjoy the fact that the weather is really nice outside. But in the summer, I like to just sleep in a little bit. So yeah.
And an animal is saying yes. I think that's regarding the hater part. Anyway, next one. Is it easier to do it as a singer-songwriter nowadays? Yes or no?
No, it's not, because there's a lot of content out there. There's a lot of artists out there. It's really hard to, kind of like wiggle your way through the cracks, I guess. But for me, I think it's just like if you're doing it because it's cool, then it's not gonna happen for you. But if you're doing it because you can't live your life without doing it, then it's gonna be fine for you. Like you'll figure it out. It'll be okay. So I don't really like to think of statistics and like what's it called? Like what's the likeliness of, who knows? It could be like there's a 1% likeliness and it'll happen. So who knows? So I don't think for me as an artist, if I sit and think about like what's the likeliness of whatever, I'll probably get
Yeah.
really, I'll be depressed. I'll be depressed.
Yeah, and you're never
So,
gonna go ahead with your plans, or you can even you can't
yeah,
even
I
function.
just I just focus on me, man. Like I just do my thing as if I'm the only artist who exists, and like I try to make decisions from that place, and it helps me stay sane. So
And people are and Sarm is saying used to be a night owl, but I'm getting old now, so day guy. And Lee is saying I love the quiet and the mornings when the rest of the world is asleep.
yes, that's the best.
Yeah.
That's the best. When you wake up and everyone else is asleep, you're like, hell's yeah.
And Animal is saying no, content has increased a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Serge Lutfi is in the house. What's up, man? Thank you very much for tuning in. And Sarm is saying, plus he is in love with the morning. Sorry, he's in love with the smell of the morning.
Okay.
That's very nice of you. Okay, moving on. Working alone made it for you. Yes or no?
Yes, because the only reason why I think that's important for me was because I already knew how to like do the technical shit, which is, like how to do the engineering part and the mixing and the mastering part. So I could do everything like out of the box in my house. And working on my own allowed me to just like, step away from the noise. And, I think that I'm a pretty like gullible, maybe like easily influenced guy. Like right now, you could show me a song. Like let's say you and I are hanging out and we're like driving around and you show me a song and you're like, dude, this is the best thing I've ever heard in my life, right? There's a side of me that's competitive, that wants to be the best thing that you've ever heard, right? And so when you show that to me, when I listen to the song, I'll be like, there's a side of me that wants to create something similar to that song because I want to leave you with the same impact, right? But if I lived my life in a way where I'm like surrounded by a lot of noise creatively, like if my writing room is not a sacred place, and there's a lot of people coming in with their ideas, which a lot of people have great ideas, but there has to be this like essence and wavelength about songs that it's like if two people are writing the same song together and they're not on the same creative frequency, it gets fucked, and like it becomes a thing of whose opinion is used how many times and la 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 la. So it's not like the in favor of the song. So for me, I feel like working alone has benefited me massively because it's allowed me to not be the people pleaser that I am in my day-to-day life. As an artist, I'm like, I don't want to be a people pleaser. I just want to be me. Obviously, I want people to listen to my songs and love them, but when I'm creating songs, I don't sit and think like, oh dude, when people hear this, oh man, people are gonna love me. I never think of that, but I'm actually, most of the time I'm thinking people are gonna fucking hate this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. You know what I mean? So I swear, like I'm not even kidding.
You know why I'm laughing? Because I know Hadi inside out, and this is like, I'm feeling that I'm just sitting next to him at his place and we're just having a cup of tea and just like catching up, because this is so normal, Hadi. This is how down to earth this guy is, man. Dude, I love you. And
Like,
Ronnie is saying, he's talking about the section, is it easier to do it as a singer-songwriter? He's saying, though there are a lot of creators out there and a lot of content, there is no one like Hadi.
Ronnie, thank you so much.
And Saram is asking you, Hadi, what are you listening to these days?
I'm listening to songs, like specific songs. I'm listening to what's it called? Dancing with Your Ghost by Sasha Sloan. I'm listening to wait, I'm gonna exit the chat and just tell you like 3-4 songs that I'm listening to. It's gonna take 15 minutes. I'll be back. I'm
Okay.
kidding.
Okay.
I'm listening to Skinny Love by Birdie, Lose Somebody by One Republic and Kygo, Hallelujah by Oh Wonder. It's not anything like the Hallelujah that we all know. Lighthouse by Georgia Koo, I think. Higher Ground, Martin Garrix. That's pretty much it. Like these are the songs that I'm like jamming to, like on loop.
Awesome. And Ellie's saying great attitude, Hadi.
Thank
So,
you.
so man, okay, moving on. Composing on keys or guitars for a new track?
Like you mean nowadays what I'm doing
Yeah,
most?
yeah, yeah.
I usually write the song on the guitar, like acoustic, because I write songs in small splurges of time. I don't think my chat is updating. Let me just see. But what I usually do is I'll write for like 5 minutes, and then I'll leave it, and then I'll come back 15 minutes later, and I'll do another 5 minutes, and then I'll leave, and I'll come back later, and like that's how I work. I never sit for like 2-3 hours straight unless I'm actually recording the song. And even that, a lot of the times because I use a lot of samples and I use a lot of like libraries that I have, not actual like recorded instruments. But for the most part, I think I try to write the song from a songcraft perspective, where if I played it at someone's house party, just like jamming with a few friends on the acoustic, I want to make sure the song at least holds its own in that kind of environment, and then I take it forward. Like Outer Space, when I wrote Outer Space originally, it was just me playing on the piano, and I just wrote the first verse and the chorus, and then I was like, you know what, this sounds like nice, but I feel like I want a beat behind it. So, but the original was like super stripped down.
Yeah, man. That song, the video, I love the video. How simple
Thank
the idea was, but the
Yeah,
colors, man, the colors. And again, man,
thank you.
you moved into this whole art side of the thing, which I think you're doing amazing. That whole X
Thank
brand
you.
you have is just
Yeah, thank you.
phenomenal, man, phenomenal. Dude, this is not only me talking about this. I've had my friends talking about these type of things. Like, the amount of change we've seen in you within, let's say, 3 or 4 years is just massive, just crazy massive. It's like, wow, man, this guy is legit AF.
Thank
and
you.
and Ellie's saying great attitude, Hadi, and it's like Ellie Joy is like best Hallelujah ever is Khan's cover. Yeah, Khan is a great voice as well, man. That guy is
Yeah,
crazy
that's a
good.
great voice.
So,
Yeah.
okay, moving on. Learning from your competitors is a healthy move. Yes or no?
I don't really think the word competitors is a healthy word, to be honest, man. Like I am competitive, but we're not like I don't think saying competitors is a healthy thing. I think what you need to do is just like focus on being you. Obviously, you learn from others because like I can listen to a song now and just like see, um, like I'll analyze how the lack of a kick drum is actually making something sound bigger, even though you'd expect a kick drum to make something sound bigger in a production. Little things like that you can pick up from people, but yeah, if you have a competitive spirit within yourself, I guess that's awesome because that's what pushes you to improve and improve and improve. And we all want to be the best. We all want to be top of the charts. We all want, no one's if no one's gonna say like if you ask them what's your dream, I want to be number 20 in the top 50. No one says that. No one fucking says that,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Everyone wants to be number one, right? I want to be number one, but I don't want to be number one like by thinking I want to fucking like compete with the others. I just want to do my thing. I want to do it in a way that makes me feel happy and pure, and I want to listen to that voice inside that's been guiding me throughout. Listen to my gut, and obviously I learn from others. So yeah, I guess that's the abstract answer to your
Yeah, man.
question.
So, yeah, Ellie. Oh, okay, yeah, she said about the Khan's cover. Yeah, by the way, I wanted to mention this. If you guys like the stuff that Sound of Nomads Khan's project is doing, please go down to his page and subscribe to his Patreon. Check his deals. The guy is magnificent. The voice is crazy. And Sarim is saying he loves the X logo.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Yeah, man, dude, I'm telling you, the X logo is amazing. So,
Thank you.
and he said, by the way, unpopular, what you call opinion, though, I love Loudy. Who's Loudy? Loudee. Is that an artist? Louder. I think he's saying your song louder.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you.
You have a song called Louder, yeah?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
He said
Yeah.
Loudy. Loudy, howdy, howdy. Okay, so moving on. Hadi 2015 or Hadi 2020. If you could mix and match something from Hadi 2015 and Hadi 2020, what would it
Honestly,
be?
I think it's already happening because like songs like Headlights, and maybe All the Lights. I don't think those songs would have been like. I really think the events of 2020 have like helped me just to kind of because I was going like super fast, and I think it slowed me down and it allowed me to like take account of like where you're at because when the world is moving, you're just like, okay, I want to get the next gig and I want to like get this and you're like full on. So for me, it helped me to kind of like take account and just like, I'm even thinking maybe I'd release the songs from the 2015 EP that never got released. I probably release them one day. I play some of them on some of the shows, but yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I can't say like 2015 me because I love where I'm at now, and I know that there's more new stuff that I'll be drawn to, and in the coming time, and I'll just enjoy exploring, I guess.
I mean, that's great. Yes, obviously there is a drastic change from the stuff you were doing back in the days. I mean, to each its own. It's just different. That's the good stuff. That's where the good stuff comes from. So, moving on. Still metal or you've passed it?
I don't listen to a lot of metal, to be honest. I listen to a little bit, but not much at all. Not in the last few years. Like I have nothing against it. It's just like I don't really listen to a lot of music in general, especially like lately, because like I stream for 4 or 5 hours, 5 days a week, and during the day, I'll listen to songs, but like I wouldn't listen to like full albums, for example. So I'll listen to like I think I'm talking shit because I've been listening to a lot of music. Can we delete the last 30 seconds of this, of this live transmission? I have been listening to because I'm thinking about it now. I'm like, because with my kitten Noah, he's like 1 month and something old, and
Oh.
dude, he is like he's a fucking firecracker. He doesn't stop. And so for me, it's like when Noah wants to play, he'll play for an hour, and it's like in that hour, what I do to cope with like the exhaustion of kicking around a ball,
Hmm.
um, is I mean he's super cute, but like kicking around a ball gets kind of old if you're not entertaining yourself with something else. So I'll just listen to music. Usually I'll just pull up a playlist and just see what's out there, or listen to like my own favorite songs of like the stuff that I mentioned earlier. But not much metal, to be honest. Like I like Bring Me the Horizon, Linkin Park. I listen to all the time. But yeah, that's pretty much.
Okay, moving on. Simpler music means it's easier to penetrate the mainstream music. Sorry, it's. I will read it again. Simpler
Mm.
music means it's easier to penetrate the music market nowadays. Myth or truth?
Uh, I don't know. To be honest, I think there's a little bit of truth to that for sure, but also like if you want to be like grade A, I guess if you're into complex stuff, you can do it, but I think there's a degree of complexity that starts to make it like extremely difficult for new people to get into it. Like for me, like I get tired of like I can't listen to something that's extremely complex because I feel like my mind's already so complex all the time. I need something simple to just like help me wind down,
Mm-hmm.
But as far as like creative process, um, I think if you're into complex stuff, then you should do that. Like just have fun with it,
So
I
so
guess.
it's not depending on being simple
No,
or
no, I don't think so. Because I'm thinking of some artists like like Coldplay. That album Viva, I think it's called.
yeah.
There's some like odd measures in that record, and people love it. 21 Pilots. Some of their songs have some complex parts in them as well, and people love them, and like they're all over the radio.
Mm-hmm.
Both these artists. So it's not the same level as say like what a jazz band would be doing, or what like something like Dream Theater. So I guess in that you can say something about that, but it's not a no. It doesn't have to be 4-4, four to the floor the whole time. You can just be yourself, man.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
So,
moving on. Stage fright or you don't have it?
oh dude, I have so much stage fright, like I can sell it, I can package it and sell it, you know um but it's not like the same kind of stage fright. It's more anxiety about just wanting to put on a good show.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like if people are coming to watch you, you want them to leave.
Entertaining, yeah, that you need.
Yeah, you want them to have a good time. You want them to. But the thing is, if you go out there thinking, make them have fun, they will see it on your face. So it's like a counterintuitive thing where it's like, my way of dealing with it is like in my head on show day, I'll be like, what if people think like you're a piece of shit, like you can't sing, and they hate the way you perform? What if they hate your songs and all of that stuff? And
Mm-hmm.
my way of dealing with it is I'll jump right into it. I'll join what the fears are saying, and I'll jump right into them, and I'll be like, okay, well, let's say that happens. It's all good. I'll still have fun, and I'll still be me. So um, for me, it's like it bursts the bubble rather than ignoring it. So I don't know if that makes sense, but that's my
Dude,
way of
that
dealing with it.
that makes absolute sense because for me, I never had like when I think I was a natural when it came to that thing. I
Yeah.
just jumped on stage and like, yeah, I'm here. I belong here. I never had a stage fright, but what you're explaining is that you need to understand what the crowd is because it's not like a metal show. Because when you go to a metal show, you remember when we were performing, it's just everyone is there to hear metal. So and you're providing that metal tunes that everyone everyone is into. So it's much more easier to approach the people in this in the audience. But with your category, is as you said earlier in the session, you need to have that dynamic written and you have it planned that this song is gonna come here, this song gonna be here, and you're gonna keep yourself, how to say it, you're gonna be very ready. You're very like, how to say it, I'm trying to put it in words, as in like, okay, you start with a bang song and then you bring it down a bit, then you
The
put a,
narrative.
yeah. So
Narrative. You're telling people a story through your show.
exactly. So maybe it's not a stage fright, but it's just that whole planning that you're trying to put into picture, and
Yeah.
but it's amazing, man. I mean, I've seen the live videos you've done. It's just crazy. It's just crazy how you came all the way from that side of Hadi that we know, that bang bang pick up, that stuff, and then comes with this and like soul touching voice, man.
Thank you, man. I
Dude,
appreciate it.
when was that you like you thought that actually I want to give it a go, to start singing stuff like like
Uh,
Drown is like a very good example. Even Headlights, the
mm,
like the most recent one you released, there is, because you added a bit of rap in some of your stuff as well. It's
yeah.
just crazy. It's just crazy, that
Mhm.
whole pausing and that whole
Yeah.
side of what's called the singing styles. It's just
Yeah.
not clean. It's not like like a monotone. But
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
how was it? Was it challenge,
Oh,
or was it like
yeah. Well, when I was writing Drown, I was like, I knew I wanted to do rap in there.
mhm,
And I was like, it took me a long time to write the verse because usually, like, when I'm singing, like, there's not a lot of lyrics in my songs. But in Drown, it's like, fuck, I need more words. And I just, I knew what I wanted to say, but it's like saying it in a way that's because that song is like super personal, and it's about a specific experience in my life, a very specific experience in my life,
mhm,
and it's not like I couldn't just like write random shit that just because I needed to finish the song. So it needed to make sense and it needed to like go into the story. So, for me, like, I want that when I'm playing live, specifically when I'm performing, I one thing that really helps me stop the overthinking is I get in character for each song. So like when I'm singing Drown, I'm that guy who was hurt enough to write that kind of a song. I'm that guy. I'm living the moments that created the song in my head and I'm singing it to the person that I wrote the song about. And that helps me perform it in like a way that doesn't separate me from the song itself. And so I don't even have time to think about like, what do I do? How do I move? And like, all of that stuff.
mhm.
So, but coming back to the singing, I think uh, I think 2012, like I started to feel like, okay, maybe I can do a little bit of this thing. But honestly, man, like I would say when maybe 2015-ish, that's when things started to feel a bit more like, I can be the main guy behind the microphone. I don't have to
Mhm.
hide behind my guitar a little
Mhm.
bit. You know what I mean? So, but it grows over time. It's something that when you play a show, you watch videos of yourself, and then if you like what you're seeing and hearing, you're like, okay, yeah. I mean, obviously there's a lot to work on, but there's something there that makes me feel happy. So why not do it?
Exactly. I mean, dude, I'm like, lately you've been so active on your Twitch channel, which is
Mm,
over there, and it's under his video frame. Hadi plays music, and
yeah,
and he has a stream exactly after we finish this live
yeah,
stream. So you guys make sure to go down to his Twitch TV channel and watch him, because he's gonna be performing like, for how many hours are you gonna be performing? Like two or
probably
three?
4 hours.
Okay, so the next 4 hours, you guys gonna have a blast of fucking time, sitting
Nice.
and chilling with. I mean, again, what I was trying to get to is like, how does that feel? Like, how the Twitch feel like? Because Mike Shinoda was about to raid you, man, and he
He
actually
did.
raided you. Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He did. That was insane. That was crazy. Like I was saying this the other day, I think on the stream that if I go back in time and like to that moment when I was with my parents at the guitar shop in Kuwait,
Mm-hmm.
little shop like underground, and they were buying me the guitar, and I go back and at that time I'd already been obsessing over like hybrid theory and stuff. Um, Go back in time and tell that kid like, dude, the guy on that record is gonna come and like listen to one of your songs and check you out. Like that's
Man, that's crazy.
you know mind blowing to me. So, but like Twitch is the most like loving and like honestly, it's such a supportive community. I
Mm-hmm.
can't believe um, how how amazing people are. Honestly, every time the stream ends, it's like I feel this like serious. After you play a show, how you just feel the love,
Exactly.
and you just it's like literally coursing through your veins. You feel the love,
Mm.
and it genuinely feels the same as playing a concert. Um, and the fact that it's long allows you to like really really simmer and like hang out with people and talk about life, and it's not just like it's not a
It's just not the
um
performing. It's not. It's just much more of like
yeah.
gathering up, catching up, talking about life, and getting to know each other.
Yes, essentially it's like you're hanging out by the campfire and you're playing songs, and you can make it whatever it is, you can make it your own. I think that it's been like I don't remember what my life was like before Twitch, and I've only been on Twitch for like 2.5 months, so
Yeah.
it's amazing.
So I mean, there's people like Ronnie and Lee. They're like they're saying they can't wait. The Twitch channel is amazing. So
Thank
you
you
guys make
guys.
sure whoever's still like you guys didn't find out about Hadi and his channel, go down to his channel after the stream is done. He's gonna be doing few songs for you guys so you can catch up with him. Just chill with the guy. Dude, you guys are seeing him. He's such a sweetheart, man. I mean, I can't wait till I get my hands on you.
Oh dude, I'm so glad we're on lockdown. I'm so like we're not on lockdown, but I'm so glad that we're isolating. I'm
Dude,
so worried about myself.
man, I fucking love you, man. Dude,
Thank you.
I'm just so happy that I came across to know you, and I we recorded an album with you that you were the main producer behind it, and dude, such an amazing time we had recording that
Yeah.
album. It was just crazy.
Yeah.
I remember a moment that all of the band was in the room, and literally Hadi was trying to focus. He literally stopped everything. He's like, guys, please, whoever finished, please leave. It's like I
Did I
this is
actually did I actually say that?
dude, because it was overwhelming, because I could see
Ah,
that you were like, because we were just very excited, like, yeah, Hadi's doing this shit, he's adding this, he's gonna do this, he's gonna do that, wow, the
it was
guitar
a
sound.
small space. It was a really small space.
Yeah, yeah,
But
I
that's me
agree.
trying to make myself feel better about it. I feel weird now asking people to leave. That's fucked up.
And Animal is saying animal, not animal, sorry if I butchered your name, I'm very sorry. Saying the good vibes you give out is reflected back to you though, to
Oh
you
man,
through
I'm
us,
so happy.
through us, sorry.
Thank you
And
so much.
Lee is saying good lord.
Good Lord, yeah. Shout out to the inner circle, seriously. Much
Oh,
love, guys.
thank you very much, guys, for sticking around. This means the world to me, man. Dude, you know what? I always ask this question at the end of the show before wrapping it up, before
Yep.
giving you the camera angle so you can explain about your stuff, what you're gonna be doing, and where they can find you. What is next for Hadi? Where are you going? What's the future plans if you wanna spell some upcoming
Um,
stuff?
I've got, I've got like, we were talking about it like before we started. I'm recording. I've just finished recording vocals for my next single, which is a collab with two other artists. And I can't really say much more than that. But I'm really really excited about it. It's a happy song. I'll tell you that. And hopefully it'll be out sometime next month or early October. I don't know. We'll have to figure that part out. But I'm very very excited about it. And yeah, I'm very grateful for you to have me, man. I really appreciate it. Like, it's awesome that you've been doing this, and I know it's not easy. You stuck with it, and you're killing it. And thanks for providing me a space to talk some shit.
No, man, come on. You don't need to mention it as like, how long I've been. I wanted to get you on the show, but I've contacted you and stuff like this. You've been busy. You were doing your stuff, so it's fair game. You gave me time and I gave you time, and that was the time so I can bring you in. And what a perfect time! You had your
Yeah.
EP release 2 days ago, and
No, not song headlights.
headlights. Oh yeah, my bad. Because I had few people releasing their EP few days back.
Yes.
So sorry, my bad. I am Persian. Sorry. So yeah, man, he released his single Headlights. Please go down and check his new stuff. It's a crazy good song.
Thank you.
And Hadi, man, where they can find you, bro? I mean, already the Instagram
Um,
handle is there, Twitch's the handle is
yeah.
there. Where they can find your music, or if they wanna
I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, Anghami, YouTube, everywhere. Everywhere music is found. My latest single, Headlights, is out. If you want to check it out, I'll be live on Twitch like straight after this. So if you want to join in, twitch.tv/Hadi Plays Music. You can come in, request songs. I'll play a bunch of originals as well. And usually, what we do is we just hang out, we drink some tea, we talk about life, and play some songs and talk about cats. My cat's make an appearance. My cat Snow is here, but you can't see her. I don't want to wake her up. So yeah, that's what we do. Like that's primarily what we do. So come by and say hi.
So you
That's
guys
it.
heard the main guy, the main man, Hadi. Thank you very much again for joining me for this session. Dude, I mean, we could go longer, you know that,
Yeah,
but I hope we covered enough.
yeah.
We
Thank you so much.
No, man. It's dude. All the pleasure is mine, and I hope to see you soon. And again, thank you very much for whoever tuned in. You guys are awesome. You guys are amazing. Please let
Much love,
them know
man.
about much love, bro, and let them know about this page because this is what we are doing here, and everyone needs help. And let's be a family and help each other out and work things together. And Ellie is saying thanks Ahmed and thanks Hadi. Stay safe and stay well. Thank you very much Ellie for joining us. It means the world to us, man.
Amazing.
So Hadi again, man, thank you very much for joining me. And you guys head down to his Twitch channel after the stream. Go over there, download the app. I don't care. Download the app. Go to the page. The guy is awesome. Show him some love. Just join in. Just join in. It's not. It's just a
Cool.
matter of just sticking around with the guy. Just he is this nice. He is very nice. Go and see much more. And dude, I'll catch you on the flip side. I'll see you soon. And you guys take care of yourself. And Gamers Lounge Dubai, go over there. They're giving away their third giveaway. It's a stay at a Rove Hotel. Go over there and try your luck. Best of luck to everyone. And if you want an illustration like the one you've seen in the beginning of the show, contact Bundlehead on Instagram. The guy is a cool dude. He's a cool cat. And I'll put all Hadi's links in the caption after we're off air, so you can, if you want to like purchase his music or listen to it or stream it or whatever you want to do, just go ahead and do it. Hadi, thank you very much again, and I'll see you guys on the flip side.
Sweet.